there! My name is Sarah Nadal, and I serve as ShellPoint's Communications Manager and Editor of ShellPoint Life magazine. I'm here to tell you about just a few of the events, programs, and stories that you'll find in the November issue. It's November, and that means the approaching Thanksgiving holiday brings visions of family gathering around a traditional turkey feast, sharing appreciation for life's lessons and precious gifts. At ShellPoint, there's something for which everyone can be truly grateful: the community of friends, neighbors, and even employees who share their lives with one another. A great example of someone who values people is retired Colonel Jim Stapleton of Harbor Court. During his time in the U.S. Armed Forces, Jim developed a motto that still guides his life today: mission first, people always. This intrepid Army man trained and led men through the jungles of Vietnam on combat engagements for 7 months without losing a single soul, despite overwhelming odds. And of course, Jim attributes that success to his men and gives thanks to the many mentors who coached him along the way. Turn to page 38 to read his story. On page 8, you'll meet a passionate group of residents who count ShellPoint's professional pickleball courts as a blessing. These sporty enthusiasts hone their game through weekly lessons and daily group play, and you're invited to join them. But do you need some inspiration first? On page 12, you'll meet pickleball gold medalist Ed Gore and spunky walker Gus Ormrod, two more residents who love to stay active in the great outdoors. Speaking of active, residents certainly turned up in force to celebrate Active Aging Week, held from September 30th to October 4th this year. A collection of photos from throughout the week can be found on pages 4 through 7. This month, there's a bounty of fun things to do, both on campus and off campus. Start the month by crossing a little holiday shopping off your list and head to the ShellPoint Artists and Artisans Holiday Bazaar on Friday and Saturday, November 1st and 2nd. Next, head to the Creativity Center on the island for the grand reopening of Gulf Coast Model Railroad, a resident-run model train exhibition that attracts visitors from across the state. The display, shaped like the state of Florida, features well-known landmarks like the historic Fort Myers Train Depot, pictured on page 23. Turn to page 19 to preview the first 2 concerts in ShellPoint's Fine and Performing Arts series, which kicks off this month. Plus, registration has just opened for those interested in exploring Tampa's Channel Side in 2020, and there are more details about this trip on page 21. The Academy of Lifelong Learning is concluding its fall semester in November with educational classes on many topics of interest, from boating and birding to Shakespeare and symphonic masterpieces. You'll find an overview of these courses beginning on page 16. Plus, mark your calendars for the annual Community Thanksgiving Eve service, held at the Village Church on Wednesday, November 27th. And if you're planning ahead for Thanksgiving dinner, you may want to review page 15 to get the scoop on dining at ShellPoint, including a takeaway feast that lets you celebrate in the comfort of your own home. Finally, don't miss the happening section beginning on page 24. It's filled with programming highlights, special events and shows, off-campus trips, educational presentations, and more, planned just for you by the Resident Life team, along with ShellPoint Dining, Assisted Living, the Legacy Foundation, and more. As always, thanks for tuning into SBTV, and we'll see you next month on Between These Pages.